All right, good morning everyone. Here we are again on day number 5 of 66 days of data. Well, it is officially not day number 5, but day number 6, and here's why. The reason is, unfortunately, yesterday I learned that I got infected with COVID, and yesterday I was really a little bit exhausted and was coughing. So please excuse when I'm coughing through this video. So I want to tell you how I am going to solve this problem. Today I will do 2 videos, hoping that the situation does not get worse but better, but it feels like it's getting better, so you hear me speaking. I might snooze my nose here and there to make it not too disgusting for you, but in general, I guess from now on we can stick to our daily routine. So we will do it today in the following way. This morning, it is now 9:15 here in Germany. I will do day number 5, and this afternoon I will do day number 6. But you're not here to hear me complain about viruses and all that kind of shit, excuse my French. You're here together with me to discover KNIME, right? So let's see what today's task is. Let's just quickly switch over to the screen. And here we are on our beloved website that you can also find down below in the links or in the description. And we're still in the import category, and here's day number 5. Read file tracks CSV of the Spotify dataset. So we have basically already downloaded the dataset on day number 1, and that is linked above here, that video where we did that. We downloaded some other files, and in the last video in day number 4, we basically copied it over to our KNIME workflow data structure. Okay, but now let's read on what's to do. Drag and drop the file from the KNIME Explorer to the workflow editor and see what node is created. Tip, it might be necessary to sensibly increase the count of limit data rows scanned. Okay, we'll do that. I would suggest we just do it. Here is KNIME. I'm here in our day 4 workflow that we just created. One thing I like to show you that I often do, and maybe that's just my OCD, I usually always show the grid lines, and I don't like the curved connections so much. What a connection is, you will learn pretty soon. But that's what I do basically for all workflows. One thing you also see is, now that I've made some changes, you see this little asterisk here. And that basically means it's unsaved. So if I click or if I press Ctrl S on my screen, on my keyboard, not on my screen, excuse me, that basically saves the workflow. But the task at hand was to basically drag and drop the tracks file into our workflow. And KNIME is really easy here. You see I have my Windows environment here, and I just drag and drop it into here. And you see what it did? It created the node. This is a node of CSV Reader, and it put in the file path already here. So let's have a look what else we should do. The count of limit data rows scanned. Once the data has been read, open the output table to investigate the results. Well, we're not yet there. So let's have a look. So we see we have the ID, we have the name of the artist, we have popularity, duration. I guess that's milliseconds. One thing I also like to show you here is, you see these little icons in front of the column headers, right? These are indicators for data types. And for example, the column ID is alphanumerical data type, and that means it's a string. String is the developer's word for this is text. I, on the other side, is an integer. Integers is a developer's way of saying this is a whole number. And you can see here durations in milliseconds. You can see explicit. This is labeled as a 0. And I guess 1, that's basically a kind of Boolean. So it's either a yes or no. Is it explicit or not? There's nothing in between. Once again, I have the artists here. The ID of the artist, release date. This is a string, so maybe, excuse me, at one point in time you might want to turn this into a date. And then we see some numbers: danceability, energy, key, loudness, mode, whatever that means, speechiness, acousticness, and so on and so forth. We already evaluated these column headers in the day number 1 video that is also linked in the description of this video down below. where we basically also had the chance in Kaggle, our data source, to the website kaggle.com to see what columns we have. All right. Now let's see. Here in row number 5, it says the data row has too many elements. That's interesting. Let's just click here and just execute by right-clicking on it. Oh, that doesn't work. Okay, execute failed. The data row has too many elements. Okay, then we need to increase the limit. There was a hint already on the KNIME website. The count of limit data rows scanned. Let's make this 15,000. But it's the problem in row number 35 still persists. So let's do one thing. Let's just quickly look in the source file in row number 35, and we just open this up with Notepad, I guess, and see where these too many elements are. Notepad is probably not the best idea. All right. All right. This somehow distracts me a little bit because you see, I'm doing the journey together with you here. And I wonder where too many items or too many data elements. Would be interesting to see which one of these columns causes the problem. I really can't see that. Let's just see. That doesn't work either. A 108 megabyte file just doesn't work. 100 megabyte CSV doesn't work. We can try to do it in Excel. So let's give that a try. So that's the interesting part, right? This video is kind of unprepped, and we basically do this stuff together. So, oh, wait a minute. No, that's wrong. We should be here. Here's a data folder. There's no items. Oh, wait a minute. Why are there no items? Here's the tracks file. Let's see how Excel deals with 108 megabytes of data. Oh, that's working. That's at least pretty good. So let's see, row number 35. That would be 36 here. I guess let's have a look here. Row number 35. Here is Kappa irgendwas. Fernando. Artists are Fernando Pessoa. So this one probably. But why are there too many data elements? I cannot understand. Doesn't look unusual for me. I really don't understand. It looks like maybe these rows are causing the problem here. Maybe these ones? Because they don't, the other ones don't look that bad, I would say. That's strange. That's really, really strange. You know what? We try it differently. We try a file reader and see what they give us. oops, file reader. Oh, wait a minute. And we cover this setting that I just made later on in our second video today. So that looks good. So with the file reader, it seems to be working. Well, then I would dare to say that probably the file reader is the better choice. So let's just see and execute. You see it reads it, and now right-clicking on it and the file table, we can see the result. We have 586,000 rows. This now still looks like a lot, but better than before. So the drag and drop oftentimes work, but in this case it didn't work. And that's also an interesting discovery. The good thing about KNIME from my perspective is that you can test around, right? If the CSV reader doesn't work and throws you strange errors and you can't solve the problem, try file reader. And these kind of workarounds usually really help. So we basically, one thing I always do and always would recommend to do, is to name those nodes. So let's press F2 while this node is selected and say import tracks.csv. So let's have a final look at the KNIME web page. Okay, notice that many song titles are not pure ASCII. Make sure to choose the right character decoding option in the reader node. Compare the performances of the different nodes in terms of flexibility and speed. Recommended documents and videos. Okay, we will not compare. We found our friend file reader already. Excuse me. Let me just quickly check one thing. Where is the title? So this is the title, and it holds. So one thing we might want to do, and that's the task they gave us, is to basically look at the encoding tab here. So for strings, well, if we look at US ASCII, you see it throws us errors, right? We can just quickly go through and see what it does. So name here refers to the title, I guess. And for me, for example, UTF looks way better, at least UTF-8. So maybe it originally chose other, but I guess what we want to have here, if we just look at it, is UTF-8. And what that means basically is which text format does it use when you import the file. So let's quickly click OK. Right click and execute. Do it again. Then have a look at the output table. And now the file names look good, I would say. Right? Wherever we look, there are some strange signs here and there, but in general, it looks pretty good. All right, that's it for today. I'm sorry about the coughing and sneezing and this kind of stuff. I'm trying to stick to my schedule and make every day a single video. This video also was a little bit rough, but as I said before, I guess it's a good thing, because in return that means we're doing this journey together, and I'm not the one who knows it all. We just try around and find out things together. That's basically the interesting part of the journey, and that's where the learning maybe also makes the most sense. So I will see you later today when we do the second to last video when we talk about relative paths and paths in KNIME, especially in the file reader that we just basically used in our KNIME workflow. And see you later. Take care. Bye bye.